Very fast. She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Lauren LaRosa.
Sometimes you have facts, sometimes you have details, sometimes you have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
All right, so Diddy's charged. Diddy is being charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, those charges were not affected yesterday by that letter that was sent by the prosecution to the judge. But now what will happen is the jury will have fewer predicates or theories that they have to consider when they're doing deliberations. So there were no actual charges dropped against Sean Diddy Combs, but theories to think on as you're figuring out what you want to do or decide we're backed away from. And that is what we spent hours in court going through yesterday, how the jury is going to be instructed to think on everything that they've seen, all 34 witness testimonies.
Yeah, I had no idea what any of that meant yesterday. So that's why I'm glad I got attorney friends, because I had to ask one simple question yesterday. What does streamline the instructions that will be issued to jurors mean?
Yes.
And they mean that you just took away a couple of the predicates. So it was the arson and the kidnapping, right?
It was the arson, the attempted kidnapping, and the aiding and abetting of the sex trafficking, because the sex trafficking, there are a couple different elements there. And they didn't even go into what exact theory under that they want to move away from, but they did mention that.
And it's crazy, right? Because they say they're withdrawn, but it's like you're literally just asking the jury not to consider them. But the jury can't unhear what they heard.
Yo, and the theories that they had for the arson was the Kid Cudi car situation, and then the attempted kidnapping. Specifically, they mentioned when Capricorn Clark said that she was taken, or that she was taken for this lie detector test and held against her will. And then when Cassie said that she was held at the London hotel. We've heard these stories so many times from so many different people, so many different ways. It's like, how do you unhear that?
Yeah, how can you be a juror sitting there, hear Capricorn Clark say that, hear Cassie say that, and then not consider it?
Yeah, that don't make sense.
I don't know how that. I really don't know how that works. And I think, but when Diddy's attorney Shapiro was arguing for that acquittal, I mean, if I'm a judge, and I'm not, but if I had to make a decision, I would only say that it's kind of fair that they don't even have to think about those even charge-wise when it comes to certain things, and you drop certain things, because you can't unhear all that stuff. It's in your mind now. Yeah. But that's what the instructions are for. And yesterday we were in court, supposed to start at 12, then it got pushed to 2, then it got pushed to 3, and we were in the court, and at 3 o'clock they told us that they wanted 30 more minutes, and then Diddy said, no, we need 45 more minutes, so then it got pushed to 3:45. So around 4 o'clock, court started. We didn't leave there until it was probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
For what?
Because they go through, there was like 66, 70 pages of different instructions that the jury will be giving on how they're supposed to go through their deliberations. You go through every count. They're literally going word for word, line for line, and they battling it out with the.
So was this part boring?
Oh, it was boring. It did get a little spicy, though. I'm not gonna lie. At the end of it, it got a little spicy. Woke us all up. They started arguing about commercial sexual acts and how they will be defined in this instruction. Diddy's team was arguing like, well, y'all have been saying this whole time that a commercial sexual act is something that is a completed act. So you actually got to do the things. But now in your instruction, you're like...
You mean like completion, like the whole, like the ejaculation?
All of that. Like you actually physically engaged in something and then you got to that point. But now, according to what was written in the instructions, Diddy team is like, y'all moving the goalposts, because now y'all saying it doesn't have to be a completed act. But that y'all done set this whole case up on completed acts. And Shapiro started going off. She was naming or listing things that they've said in their opening statement. She was going off to the point where even a judge, and he don't get flustered. He was like, yo, I need a 10-minute break. We'll be back.
The judge needed a break.
Yo, they were going at it. She was very upset. Diddy's attorneys yesterday did a great job of they're protecting their client to the point where they want to make sure everything is very distinctly defined, because if anything is vague, it's almost like the government can... we might not have everything on it, but we got you there, so boom, it's our win. And they're like, nope, not happening.
So the moral of the story is he's still charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution, but they have fewer predicates to consider during deliberation.
Yes, that is exactly it.
So none of the charges were dropped like everybody was saying yesterday?
No.
So that means he'll probably be found not guilty on the RICO, but probably guilty of the sex trafficking and engaging in prostitution.
That's what it sounds like.
I feel like that's what, if I'm having a guess.
What is his demeanor? What was he like yesterday?
Oh, he was,
Does he look worried? Does he look...
In the beginning, he was just very involved. Like I told y'all, he's the one who asked for the additional 15 minutes to start at 3:45. He was sitting in his chair. He had a earpiece in his ear, like almost like the AirPod. But then once they were getting through it, he's nodding as things are happening. And the jury's not in the room, so he could do so. But then there was a moment where he was talking to his kids, and I was like, man, the regular Diddy came out, and so he was very at ease, but he's talking to his kids, and he's like low-key kind of giving them like love. It's like motivation a little bit, like, but letting them know that he loved them, he appreciated them being there. And yeah, he seemed to really at ease yesterday, I guess as much as he can be, but he's very, very involved, like extremely involved.
The pictures when people are sketching, do he look like that?
Yeah, he very much a lot of gray, salt and pepper vibes. He looks like a man that, no shade to Kohl's, but he very much looks like a man that shops at Kohl's with a crew neck sweater.
Damn.
Oh,
I
What's
said
wrong
no
with
shade,
Kohl's?
no shade. I have no
He
issue
looks
with
like
Kohl's.
a man that shop at Kohl's. What's that
What's
supposed to
wrong
mean?
with y'all this week?
Because-
H&M,
Damn,
Zara,
Lauren Simone.
Kohl's. Wow.
Y'all know what I'm
B. La Rosa? Like, what's up with you?
Don't do me because I got on Zara
Right.
H&M right now, and I proudly wear
You look
mine.
like a man
But
that
you
shop
won't-
at Kohl's.
But what
you won't date a guy from Kohl's?
What I'm
wrong with
saying
you?
is that people think that Diddy is coming in their tailored suit, Balenciaga suit, like they think they're imagining Diddy take that,
But he
and
can't
it's not.
be
No, we not. We
equal
seen the
like that.
sketches.
Yeah.
People ask me,
Right.
people still ask me every day, what is he wearing? Is he really coming in court like that? Are those sketches real? And I'm like, yes.
Don't miss
he
your
looks like
blessing
a
in
regular
Kohl's.
guy.
That man that you looking to walk you down the aisle is probably
Oh
right
my
now in
God.
Kohl's buying a fire.
Word.
Y'all want to be some homies so
This is
bad.
crazy.
No.
Burlington Coat Factory. Yeah,
I
name
can't
all those,
believe you
man.
would say that.
And
Oh
Ross, Dress
my
for Less,
God.
Ross,
Marshalls.
TJ
Did
Maxx,
you not
Marjorie.
learn
I
anything
love
from
a
B. Simone this
That's
week?
Damn.
That you
But that
would
was
even say
wild.
that.
That was
And
wild.
usually
Who's
Henry,
on
like,
trial here, Diddy or me? What is happening?
You a foul.
I
That's
got
why
on
you single.
Zara H&M right now, and I
That's
said
why
no
you single.
shade.
That was wild.
How
Damn.
you know? How you
Envy
know what
said
I
that's
am?
why you single.
Envy, how
That's
you know
all
what
them-
I got going on?
All them brothers from Kohl's trying to holler at you. You just
Nah,
play
Lauren
them.
ain't single. I got a video. But listen,
What?
Damn.
Lauren shot a crazy stray. Crazy
That's
spray to
wild.
Kohl's just now.
What is happening over here,
Oh, no,
Justin?
no,
Well,
this is
Yeah,
the
you
baby
better
oil
change the
gel.
subject.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Lauren Simone. Now,
The latest with Lauren Simone is
I be
crazy.
in Kohl's. Don't do that. Don't.
now,
I know a lot of places you be.
Not I
Whoa.
be. Where she be at? Who was she with? She was with
I
a
don't
guy?
be envy.
Or she was with a girl?
Envy. What?
I mean,
You want me to rap
Please
now?
clear it up.
You want me to rap now,
Hey,
Lauren?
what up? I don't know nothing.
Yes, I want you to rap.
All right, that was the latest with Lauren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus.